What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about, WNBA coaching changes and drama. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. Like I said, we're going to talk about WNBA coaching changes and a little drama because, there's been some exciting things that's been happening in the WNBA. I got to say that now. It sparked off with the Phoenix Mercury, hence the jersey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out DT, love you, baby. You know what I mean? She's not on the team no more. She definitely did retire for those of y'all who aren't aware. But what happened was there was a former interim head coach who has a gripe right now with the Mercury. Okay, and so we're going to talk about that story as well as what an interim head coach is, because some of y'all might be wondering what that is. So, with that being said, let's look at it like this, right? A head coach is who's the person who's running shop. They're running the team from an X's and O's standpoint, at least in theory, right? The interim head coach is when the head coach has been deemed that they can't do their job no more. That's why they got the boot. And then the interim head coach is basically the assistant head coach. So it's like a sub. Think about it like school. You know what I'm saying? You got a teacher and then a substitute teacher. Just that substitute teacher has a little bit more permanent basis on their resume. You got to mess up badly if you're an interim head coach to lose your job during the season. Still, you just got to be ass. I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry. So what happened here, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go ahead and pull it up to the screen. We have here, which one was it? Here we go. So we have Nikki Blue, who is having a gripe with the Phoenix Mercury, right? And her gripe is this: she wasn't making enough. Like, she was saying she didn't make as much as Vanessa Nygaard. She also stated that, the roster was set up to fail. All right, well, let's look at this, Nikki, because keep in mind we're making it seem like it's a racial standpoint, and we gotta be careful about that. So here is the former head coach, Vanessa Nygaard, right? And here is the current head coach, Nate Tibbitt. Now, Nate, as y'all can see, coached for the Magic, so he's had some NBA time, right? Hence why the Phoenix Mercury decided to bring him in. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, I get why the pay disparity is a little bit different. Now, we're talking about this from a racial standpoint. We can talk about this from a gender standpoint, right? Men and women, black, white. Like, I get it wholeheartedly. I genuinely do. Money wise, though, Nikki, you were getting $250,000 for half the season. Vanessa got $375,000 for a full season. Fired midway during the season, right? So that means for like half of her paycheck, half of Vanessa's paycheck is $187,000. $187,500 to be exact. So, like, Nikki, you getting more than Vanessa. Then we talking about Nate. All right, cool. Well, let's call a spade a spade. All right, Nate was able to finesse his NBA pedigree to get the job done, and it's no slight that, you know what I'm saying. Look, um, this is where they look. This is where the Phoenix Mercury are right now, number 2 in the league. I can't be upset with Nate. So your argument does not look the best right now. We can talk about, okay, your roster was set up to fail. And this is about the 2023 season, to be clear, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is the 2023 season. So let's pull the plug back up to Nikki, right? Nikki, if we did compare your roster to the 2023 Storm roster, y'all should have outplayed them, in my personal opinion. I don't think your roster was as bad as you're claiming it to be. Now, you could have said, hey, maybe y'all could have used a couple more tweaks. I hear you. I personally thought y'all should have outplayed the Storm in 2023. So again, I can't say you were put in a bad spot. Now, we have had situations, ladies and gentlemen, where we've seen players or coaches get fired and then the interim head coach retain their job. It's not as easy peasy to retain your job, though. I will say that as an interim head coach. So, Nikki, I do get it. I do get the gripe. But this is not a Ime Udoka and Joe Mazzulla situation, all right? Now, with Ime, he did at least take his team to the finals. He had some cachet. So that's not what you were doing, but also you had a different squad. And again, Joe reaped the benefits of Ime's success. You did not have that, Nikki. So I do hear you on you feeling though you were not set up for success. And to be honest with you, a lot of times, if you're an interim head coach, you're not going to be set up for success a lot of times. Because guess what? The coach got fired, more than likely. Now, there's a possibility where, you know what, Buddy might have got injured and then you get replaced and then you have some success. That might happen from time to time. But very rarely does that happen. It's more so the person got fired. Now, again, Nikki, you could very well join another squad and become a head coach. And now you could rival up against the Mercury. Like there are a couple of new teams coming up in the WNBA that could use a head coach. Let's see if you could actually coach them. Then that's a fair shot. Get you there for a couple seasons and see what the team is looking like. Because we see what the Valkyries are looking like right now. So I think that would be a fair shot for you. Or maybe go coach the Suns somewhere. But I can't say, Nikki, that you weren't given a fair shot because, again, you did not outplay the Storm, and I thought you could have in 2023. Your paycheck ain't that bad. So I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Especially for half the season, that ain't bad, Nikki. That's not bad. But I do hear you on the gripe, especially because the optics, right? You got the current head coach in Nate Tibbitt, you know what I'm saying? You have Vanessa Nygaard. I do hear you. I do hear you on the optics because there is a difference skin complexion wise. I just don't know how much that factored in this go round. But I mean, I'm waiting to see how it all unfolds too, because again, she is suing the Phoenix Mercury. So we'll wait to see how that plays out. But I am definitely curious how this one unfolds, ladies and gentlemen. But it just optics wise is not the best look for Nikki. Again, the Mercury are doing quite well, especially what if the Mercury win this year too? I wonder if this starts to get pushed down. Like I wonder if the Mercury start to bury this or try to bury this story. I wonder if this story gets buried because of the success of the Phoenix Mercury. That's what I'll be paying attention to personally. Also, how much credibility this story actually has too, because you can't. Let's not get into that. But again, though, ladies and gentlemen, I am definitely curious about this story. I'm curious what y'all are thinking about it. I don't know if y'all even knew about it, but hey, let me know your thoughts. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that does about conclude the end of this episode. So I greatly appreciate your time, effort, and energy. Well, I guess my effort. Well, y'all effort too for listening, right? No, I'm pretty sure. I appreciate y'all for listening. But that's the end of the episode. So definitely make sure y'all comment your thoughts on what you think about the Phoenix Mercury being sued by Nikki Blue, the former or the former interim head coach. I guess you could still call her head coach, right? But then also, does she have any credibility? Look into that and let me know your thoughts. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the WNBA's page, as well as myself. But my name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.